All right, guys. So this is Andrew. I'm going to just quickly going to do the recap for today. I had a pretty awesome day on GPS and Disney. So quickly, if you want to do that, what's going on? I'm already short GPS, 1,300 shares left. So GPS, it's like it's gapped down. On the daily chart, it was gapping down. It wasn't on Gapper's watch list. And I really like the daily chart because we had this clear level of 1670, 1635, possibility of all the way up. There's also another level here at 1608. So I really like that. I really like that daily chart for a short. But the problem with that was it started going up way too much in the pre-market. And I hated that. When the stock is moving way too much in the pre-market, I hate that. It's hard to trade. Because look at the VWAP. VWAP was at 1660. The stock went up all the way up to 1725. So at the open, it did pop up and did some stuff. And it didn't really sell off. And it came below these moving averages. And I decided to take it short back to the VWAP. And again, the reason that I did it was the stock was gapping down. If a stock was gapping up, and above the VWAP, I'm not going to short it above the VWAP because usually it's going to squeeze back up. But this one was gapping down. It was a little bit up, with the pre-market, and that's why I decided to go short. So the first short that I did trade it a little bit bad. I could trade it way better. So the first trade that I did, I went short here at 1720. Stop loss was about 1730, and the first target for me was the VWAP. So it did go down, come back up. I got cold feet, and I got out, at the break even. But I did then go back short because I saw a huge beat, 150,000 shares, and I think some of the members recorded that. I'm actually going to post it in the education center if they email it to me. So it did drop to VWAP. I covered, came back up, last piece, and I got out at the break even. So the first trade I got out, at the break even. Second trade I made good money on that. But still, the bid was there, and I knew it's going to crack the 17. That's why, as soon as I got out, I told myself that there's no reason to not to be in there. So I went back and added heavy onto my share size. I think 5,000 shares at 1711. That's the last one. 1711 for the crack of 17, and it did crack heavily at 1690, and I'm now still short in there. I want to see if we can get to 1671. I think there's a good chance that we get to 1671. So it's essentially one trade. The first trade I got cold feet. The second trade I made good money on that, and the third trade, because still the bid was down there, I went short and heavy. And I think level 2 is very, very important for these small short-term scalps. There's some people disagree. There's some people say, oh, level 2 is dead. Don't tell me that level 2 is meaningful. And there was someone in the Trade Ideas event that we discussed that, and he mentioned that. I didn't want to argue, but this is a perfect example of getting into a trade heavy because of a very clear signal on level 2. And and at the end of the day, we don't want to prove anything to each other. We just want to make money, and we did just because of the signal on level 2. The other trades that we did was Disney. Disney was amazing short. Right at the open, I waited for 2 minutes. The stock was gapping up. So the stock was gapping up. After 3 minutes, I realized that it's really short. I think Brian also went short. I went short at 139. Got filled at 139 plus 139.70. And then look at this huge drop from almost 140 all the way up to 137. It's an unbelievable drop. And then we had this 137.93 level on a daily chart. Don't ask me from where. These levels are magic. We found it from the daily chart in the pre-market. Just come and see what Carlos and Norm are doing. And I covered here. And the last piece I got at the break even here. So I wasn't watching it, but there was a pop here. And usually what I do is, my stop loss was already... so the way that we trade, I manage my risk, and my trade management is when I'm short here, stop loss original here, so that's a good risk to reward. And after that, I'm scaling out. My stop loss is now at break even. I missed to cover here. It's just I wasn't watching it, so I missed to cover here. And as soon as it came above, so I got out at the break even point, almost here. And now it looks like it wants to go down, but I really made my money, very good money on that. So there's no point for me to mess around with it. So that's Disney. There's another one, AGIO. I went short, but I got out here. So I went short. Brian went short. I went short too, a little bit impulsive, and I got out. It was really choppy. Brian is really good at getting out of this trade. That's what Brian called. I kind of followed him, and he got out, and I also got out. I a couple of $100 lost on that. And what else did we had? Oh, ANAB gave us a little bit hard time at the open. So ANAB. Opened very strong. The stock was down 71%. Opened very strong. So high short flow. That I told myself that it's probably a lot of people are short. I went long, dropped. I got out, stopped out on it, and then it came and squeezed back up. I was going to go long, I got filled at 1043, 1037, popped up, sold, all the way up to that break even. So eventually, I don't think I made a lot of money on that, but it was really tough to trade on that. So I should have get a much better entry on that. But eventually, I think I made money on that. There's my, let me see my P&L. My P&L is just constantly disappearing. Yeah, I made a little bit of money on that, but it's just a little bit tough. Most of our money we made on Disney and on GPS. So yeah, that other than that, Excellent is doing nothing. And let's see if gap is, yeah, let's see if you can short this gap all the way to 0. So I'm holding on that at 1671 and 1660. I probably want to cover more on this moving average in a 1-minute chart, which is also kind of coincident with the moving average in a 5-minute chart. Yeah, other than that, guys, I think it was a pretty good day. I mean, GPS, if I go back and if I want to really give a lesson, I should have really stick to my plan on GPS. My stop loss was originally above 1730. The signal was there. There is really no point for me to get out of it early on that. Having said that, guys, yeah, so somebody recorded that. It's going to email it to me, and I'm going to post it on YouTube as a signal. Plus this recap, I think, would be a really good educational material. So a bunch of things, guys. Today, so the San Francisco meetup, guys, I know it was a short notice for you, but we have something at 6:30 on the forum post. We posted on the comments as well. If you're not a member, you can actually come, drinks on me. We're going to have fun together. And so at 6:30 in San Francisco, there's a pop. Again, anyone is welcome to come. There's a couple of other announcements that I want to have. Is Trade Ideas a scanner? I think this is a very powerful scanner, but we only use probably 5% of its capability. So I put a challenge up there. If anyone wants to work on the trade idea and come up with a new scanner, like a break of 5 today or for opening ranges and something, and we can test it because you have the capability of going and test it in the history time and see, and then you look at the chart and you can test that. I'm going to buy an iPhone Pro Max for someone who comes up with the best scanner, or an iPad Pro, whatever that they want, as a tool to come up with the better scanners for possibility of good trade. So that's something. So GPS is dropping, so it's good to cover some on GPS here. Let me see what we're going to do on GPS. Yeah, so if anyone wants to help us on that and developing a new scanner for the community, and that scanner is gonna be free for everyone. So I'm actually so I'm covering some on GPS here at 1674. Yeah, so there's a forum post. All the information will be on the forum post, guys. And at the end of the day, here's what I want to do. I want to give the scanner free to everyone, guys. Here it is. So go to our website. So this is our website. I want to show that to everyone, guys. Go to our website. And even if you're not a member, click on that. Our scanner is out there. Download Trade Ideas scanner. Not this one. Just go in there. Even if you're not a member, you don't need to be a member. That you can actually download that. The link, we put the link over there. Here, that's it. If you have it, just go and click on that and use it. I want to give it for free to the whole trading community. There are some trading communities that they charge $2,000 for the same scanners that we have, but we want to give it for free. Just go and use it, because if you come up with a better scanner, all of us would benefit from that. There's absolutely no point to, and you get exactly what we have here. Plus, you have this base and you can start building and building and building on that. So yeah, so you can actually go download the Trade Idea scanner. That is right now the test drive that they have for $8 for the premium ones. And then this is the scanner that we use. And if we come up with a better one, we updated that, guys. And yeah, you don't need to have a member. It's not in the membership. So it's just a go, and you're not even need to be logging. So if you're not a member, enjoy. Yeah, $3,000 for a scanner. The scanner that they, what the hell? Yeah, it's free. It's free for everyone. I think the whole industry is changing, guys. Commissions are free. Platforms are free. You have to give stuff for people for free. It's just that thing that you want to charge $10 per trade or $2,000 for a scanner. I think that's dead. And if you don't adapt to the new environment, you're going to be out of business soon. I mean, we want to make trading better for everyone. That's our goal. So I'm out a little bit of GPS. So I'm out a couple of hundred shares on GPS. So I'm a little bit in there left. I want to get if we can get to these moving averages down there. If not, we're just getting out of it, guys. All right, so that's it for me, guys. So see you in San Francisco. I know it was a little bit ill planned because I really didn't come to San Francisco for a meetup. I came to, one of my friends is trying to raise money from venture capitals in San Francisco for his company. I just tag along to help him and support him. Right now, I'm actually in Sun Valley. Sunnyvale, sorry, Sunnyvale. One of my friends works in Google, so I'm actually to his place, Sunnyvale. Yeah, so I'm actually in Sunnyvale, but I go back to San Francisco this afternoon. Uh, yeah, yeah. So we're still rooming together. I mean, I went really cheap in this trip. Don't ask me why I did that. We went to a very shitty hotel in downtown San Francisco, and we were sharing a room. So don't ask me why I did that. That was a bad move, but the internet was good. That's the thing. I mean, I stayed in Hyatt last time. It was a $600 a night, but the internet was so bad. But this hotel was so shitty. It was $100 a night, but the Wi-Fi was amazing, and I traded and everything. So you never know. It's just it's a really sometimes it's there. Anyways, all right, guys. Thank you so much, and have a good day. I'll see you all Monday. Is the Monday market closed? I think it's Veterans Day. In Canada, is the market is closed. Um, I don't know if Monday the market is open or not. Does anyone know the market is open on Monday? Oh, it's open in the US. Okay, so market is open. So I'll see you on the Monday morning then, because Monday is a holiday in Canada. It's Remembrance Day, and I think it's Veteran Day here as well. So it's if the market is open, then that's okay. So we'll see you all in Monday. So yeah, so I have the GPS here. So it's trying to struggle at this 1671 level. These levels are magic, but it's probably going to crack that. There's no signal on level 2. It's probably cracked that. If it cracks that, I cover. If not, I'm just getting out of it slowly. All right, guys, have a good day, and I'll see you all Monday morning in the chat. If you're in San Francisco Bay Area, drinks on me. Come and we have a chat. And you don't have to be a member. Even if you are on YouTube watching us, you don't have to be a member. Come, bring your friends, bring your family. We're just gonna have a good time all together. Cheers, guys.